Okay, welcome to part 3 of this. I almost said part 2, but no, we already had part 2. So, if I can actually find it again, we're going to be doing the software setup of the YouTube NAS, NAS 4. You can see I've got it up here. I'm navigating to the IP address, and we're going to go ahead and we'll put in the defaults, because it's still defaulted. Admin and OpenMediaVault. You can even look at the password if you wanted to. So we'll go ahead and log in. It'll let us in. And we should come immediately to pertinent details with regards to the system. Services and system information. I am going to configure this to my want. So we'll add the file system. We'll put it up there. And let's see here. We'll add network interfaces, although I don't think that really tells me much. No, it doesn't really tell me a whole lot. But we'll leave it there anyway, just so that it's there. I'll put the services on top of it, and I think I'm going to put the system information on the top of everything else. So I've now configured that the way that I would like to see it. So, FTP service is running but not enabled. That's strange. So we'll go into general settings first. So this is just the basic information. Auto log in, auto log out. I'm going to disable that right off the bat because it annoys me. So it'll then say the configuration has been changed. You must apply the changes for them to take effect. This is pretty similar to the way that NAS for free works, or I'm sorry, it's called Sigma NAS now, isn't it? I'm going to probably keep making that mistake until the end of time. We could change our web administration password. I'm not going to bother. Date and time. So let's see. Use NTP server. I usually do. So there we go. It should work, hopefully. We'll hit save on that. And we'll have to apply the changes again. Fortunately for most of these things, it doesn't take too long. Theoretically. Over to network. I shouldn't need to touch this, so I'm not going to. Other than maybe the firewall, I shouldn't have to. Everything there should be fine. Service discovery, proxies, interfaces. I'm not going to touch that because that'll boot me out of this thing. Notification. So this is email stuff, so if something happens to the system, like it catches fire or whatever, it will send me an email. I might set that up later, but I'm not going to bother right now. I think I can configure, yes, for all the information. I'm not sure what these are, if it sends me that on a daily basis, or if it sends me warnings when they get above some kind of a threshold. That might get annoying. Power management. Monitoring. Power button does nothing. Well, I'm not going to be able to access the power button, so I'm going to leave it alone. Scheduled jobs, I'll leave that alone as well. Monitoring specifies whether the system performance statistics are collected periodically. Should I disable that? Maybe, but I'm not going to. Scheduled jobs, I'll ignore that. Update management. The index of upgradable packages does not exist. That's nice. So we'll just click on check, and it'll check for updates. That might take a while, so I think I'm going to pause for a moment, and I'll come back once that has finished. Okay, well, as it turns out, that was a waste of time, because, well, now it's here. Plugins! This is where you can add things to it. LVM, disk monitoring. Maybe I'll install that. That might be cool to have. I don't need DAP. I don't need AirPlay or anything like that. I don't need LDAP. I don't need IP routing. I don't need SNMP. I don't need TFTP. Although that might be cool to set up a whatever. So we'll select install on that. Oops. Temporary failure resolving this. Interesting. Okay, well. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, so our plugin experiment failed. So, let's see. Well, it's still there and it says it's not installed, so whatever. We'll leave it alone. Disks. Let's see. So, there we go. We can edit it if we wanted to, but I'm not going to. Smart. I'm going to enable that. We'll leave our check interval alone. Power mode. Never. Pull regardless of power mode. That should be fine. Temperature monitoring. I'm not really going to worry about that. But I am going to save this and apply it, I suppose. Devices. If I click on Edit, I'm going to activate it. Is it going to ask me to? Yes. You probably don't have to do that all the time. You could probably do a couple of things as a batch, but that's fine. So everything seems to be okay. There's nothing that's out of the ordinary here. Scheduled tests. Well, we could schedule tests, but I'm not going to. RAID management, I'll ignore. I don't need it. File systems. Alright. So these are all auto-mounted. Back we can't unmount because that's the boot partition. But it's auto-mounting, which is, oops, it's good. So that works the way that it's supposed to. So access rights management. I'm going to put in a user here. I already have a user. So, well, there's one thing. We'll put in shared folders. So we'll add one. And we will call it. Make sure the capitalization is correct. What? Okay, don't know what happened. I unmounted it and remounted it, and apparently then it showed up. Do not know what the deal was with that. Alright. So permission sets, read write, read only. That should be fine. Comment, YouTube offline video vault. Sure. Save it. Let me go into privileges. Okay, so user accounts, we'll give it read-write access. And we'll hit save on that. And we'll apply. I don't know if that's going to be enough to get this to work, however. We'll find out. So we have the shared folder, we have the user. So now I'm going to go into smb/cifs. We're going to enable it. Description, YouTube offline vault. Sure. It's not a time server. Enable home directories. No. It's browsable. Sure. Log level. Let's go for. Usually set normal. Use send file. We'll leave that alone. This may make efficient use of the system CPUs and cause Samba to be faster. Automatically turn off at use lower than NTLM 0.12. Client is Windows 9X. Okay, sure. Looks okay to me. Alright. So we'll save. And we'll apply that. Yes. I'm probably going to have to set up my shared folder again, but that's alright. I just want to make sure that this is actually going to work in the first place. It'll probably stop working after a reboot if I had to do all that mess of messing around with the partition thing. Okay, add a share. Enable shared folder. Select YouTube. Comment. Media is here. Public. Guest allowed is selected, then access as guest. Always access as guest when only guest. So public, no. It's not read-only, it is browsable. Inherit ACLs, sure. Inherit permissions. So we'll enable the recycle bin on that one. See, extended attributes should be fine. Audit. Sure, we'll turn on the auditing. We'll go ahead and save that. And it should ask me to apply. So what happens when I go over here and connect to it? I'll wait for it to apply the changes first. It's now done. So we'll go bring this over here. We'll go to NAS 4. It should prompt me for a password. It looks like that's what it's doing. So I will enter in my password. Multiple connections to a server or shared resource by the same user using more than one username are not allowed. Perhaps it's because I already have this here. Put it in. Didn't immediately reject it this time. But I don't like the fact that it's taking as long as it is. Yeah, it's not happy about something here. Actually, hold on a minute. Let me go over to the User Management tab here. I believe I might need to add me to Samba. So let's go to Edit. Groups. I believe there's a Samba share option. Yes, we'll add it to Samba share. Save. Tells me the configuration has been changed, but this dialog won't go away. There we go. Yes. We'll try that and see if I can connect this time. Excuse me. Go back to that folder. Or not. No, it's still not happy. Let's go to Access Control Lists. Okay, well this is different, apparently. Go to, where is it? Samba share, read, write, execute. Owner, root, read, write, execute. Group, others, I'm going to set that to read only. Apply it to files and subfolders. We'll go ahead and apply that. Probably need to go into that and change it, this right here. So I'll check it and I'll hit apply. I don't know if it's actually working. Someone tells me it's not. It's wrong. Okay, well it's wrong. So looks like I'm going to have to add another user because it doesn't seem to understand how this works. So here's what I think of this. Add it to Samba share. Don't care. Can't access my ass. Save. Apply. Yes, apply. We'll go back to shared folders. We'll try this ACL moronic thing again. Give it read write. Go over to Samba share, which it seemed to work. See if I can find it. Give it read write permissions. Apply. Close. See, what I don't understand is why it's not making me put in a user account on this. And why it's not giving me options for permissions here. So I'll cancel, and we'll try it again. I don't think this is going to work. I'm rapidly running out of patience for this. Why? Okay, well, I think I ran into that issue the last time too. Well, let's try something. Let's try adding a network location. We'll try adding it. Oh, get out of here. No, I want to map a network drive. So bring this back over here. NAS 4 YouTube. Connect using different credentials. Let's see if it works this time. I don't have any existing mappings. Seems every time I get myself into this, I end up in a mess. Okay, fine. So, my big question, is this going to work now after all that mess? Just put in a bunch of random gibberish. You can't see it, that's fine. I can save it. I can reopen it. I can delete it. It says permanently delete, but I think it's going to create a recycle bin folder in just a second. So it'll be there. Permanently delete it. Done. Alright, so that works. At least until I delete that user account, and then we'll see what happens. So that's the setup. I don't think I have anything else really to share with you. So let's see. System services. So there we can see all that mess. Everything's there. System logs. You can view our logs. We've got audits, all that, because I turned on auditing, so cool. System info. You can have a look at that. You can have a look at our processes. Performance stats. This is so much better than you get with Sigma NAS, but it is what it is. At least Sigma NAS is not as obtuse when you're trying to set it up. Disk usage, load averages, RAM usage, interfaces, reports. You can download if we wanted to, but I don't really care. And we can go to the dashboard. This is what we saw initially when we log in. But that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this off, reinstall this. Well, yeah, I'll reinstall it, and then I'm going to transfer all my data back over to it. And we'll see what our I/O performance is like.